Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. I hope everyone is feeling good for no reason at all. Being your authentic self. It's an honor to be here. My name is Am Saiwoo. I'm feeling good for no reason at all. Authentically me. We made it to Friday. I hope everybody's still keeping it light and doing everything we can to keep ourselves from being trapped in fear, and doing everything that we can to stay away from getting caught up, trapped in fear. You gotta be able to read the room. So how we gonna read the room today? Are you still seeing yourself through the eyes of your beholder, or the eye of yourself? I had a lot of time during lockdown because I don't want to get flagged for using the C word, but I had a lot of time, like all of us, during lockdown, to sift and rip myself apart from the inside out. And I didn't realize why I was so hard on myself, but having all that idle time that we had. And you know they say idle time is the devil's playground, and the devil only represents the shadow side of ourself, the darker aspect of ourself. And for many of us, we have been moving in that shadow or that dark aspect of ourselves for so long, till we thought that that was our light. And for those of us who was in our light but still dealing with shadow or dark aspects of ourselves, we was trying to figure out whatever it was going to show us to help us figure it out. You got to be able to read the room. Are you still seeing yourself through the eye of the beholder, or through the eye of yourself? And the reason I point at the sixth chakra and the fourth, or the first eye, y'all may know it as the third, and the heart center, is because when they're integrated, it's an eye within itself. But during the time of lockdown, I don't know what y'all was doing with it, but I was working on me, and many of us was. But I realized I was hard on myself, and I found myself asking myself, why am I so hard on myself? Because we ain't had no time to look at nothing else but ourselves, unless we was finding the time that we had for ourselves to be looking at everything else that really ain't had nothing to do with us at that particular time. But I learned that it was a learned behavior. So when I say, are you still seeing yourself through the eye of your beholder? Are we still seeing ourselves through learned behaviors, the people that we had to come up under until we came into ourselves? And some of us still ain't coming to ourselves yet, even though we out and on our own. That don't necessarily mean that you came into yourself. If you listen, you won't miss it. I realized it was a learned behavior. Now, ain't no telling away the trauma, attitude, concept, idea may have been birthed at or seeded in us at through our upbringing, because we're passed around you know, to so many different people relating to life as we know it in the process of coming into our own being. In short, I treat myself kinder today. I treat me kinder today. And sometimes I have to remind myself to remember that. There were parts of me, probably like some of y'all, that I was still ruined through the sight or through the words or through the emotions of others as pertaining to myself. And lockdown gave me the opportunity to work through gave me the opportunity to work, not only work through the darkness, but do the work through a dark period in all of our lives. And I'm sure it'll resonate with y'all, because it ain't the first time that we don't have these type of episodes in our life, whether it was something like COVID or something else, you know, that was a eye-opening experience for you, a needed experience for you, you know. We got to learn how to fall a lot of times to keep from hitting the pavement, and I feel a lot of times to never hit the pavement. If you don't listen, you're going to miss it. You got to learn how to read the room. What's my point? Energetically, it's a lot going on. It's a lot of shifts taking place. Depending on who you tap into, you're going to hear a lot of people talk about a different thing, a lot of different things, you know. Hopefully we tapping into people who talk about things that enable us to apply application in the things that may be being spoke about, because, you know, a lot of us be listening to information that ain't doing us no good. Don't do you nothing to assist yourself on your journey. So we gotta pay attention to who we be listening to. Gotta learn how to read the room. My point is, visually, we don't and won't always see what's there. Audibly, we don't and we won't always hear what's said. Physically, we don't and we won't always feel what's felt. But if you didn't have to learn it, it's a gift. So I'm grateful, because I learned how to read the room. We as people don't always say, I did the point, it's tomorrow. We as people don't always say what we really think or what we really feel. And if you're someone who still find yourself doing that, it's more a dishonor to yourself than those amongst you. If anything, and if anything at all, when it comes to how we feel, how we truly feel about things, about people, about places, about conditions, about situations, good, bad, or indifference, it's best that we find proper outlets to express those energies. There's many ways, many modalities. I use all type of modalities just to come here and share a message. I use color modalities. I use my hands. I use expression or light language. I use geometry. I use oracle cards. You know, I use a lot of different modalities. I use transmutation or Reiki. You see, you ain't gotta be on my table for me to be transmuting your energy. If you come into this space, I'm transmuting your energy. Everybody don't feel what's taking place. Some do. Salute to y'all who recognize. Knowing how to read the room. Learning how to feel inside what's in the field. It's an important skill to cultivate. It's an important skill to have. And it's an important skill to master. Some will call it intuition. Some will call it inner knowing. Some will call it gnosis. So it's known by a lot of things. But it's an important skill to have. And if you have it, and you didn't have to learn it, it's a gift. Remember that. Sometimes we're going to see and feel things that's uncomfortable to our inner sight and our inner hearing. Sometimes we're going to taste and feel things that's uncomfortable to our inner, how can I say this here? Our inner taste buds and our astral self, our star stuff self. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, then I want to ask you a question. Are you a masked demon or a hidden angel? Because it's kind of twisted nowadays. I ask that because I'm not sure how aware that we are of how twisted that those lines have become, how blurred that those lines have become. You know, the demons posing as angels and the angels being cast off as demons. The lines have been blurred. It have been for a long time. And due to the collective shifts and the collective work and that has been going on in the midst of the work that still need to be going on or haven't been going on, it's a lot of things that has occurred. The veil's thinner than they ever been. And ain't no better time for us to be perceptive to the energies, vibrations, and frequencies in, amongst, about, and around us. Those doing shadow work and experiencing what's known as ascension symptoms. Congratulations. Keep going. And know that if you ascending, for all of us who are on the journey, because people gonna come across this that's not on the journey, and maybe something they hear me saying to get them on their spiritual journey. But if you ascending, if you upgrading, if you leveling up, all the sickness, all the sinuses, all the bacteria and viruses of your previous self, it can't go with you. And if you find yourself having to go to the doctor and they can't explain what may be going on with you, then this is the reason why. If you've been doing spiritual work, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just gotta let go the build up of your previous life prior to the one that you're living in right now. No worry, no wrinkles. Let that be the motto. No worry, no wrinkles. And if you don't get it, marinate in it, let it sink. It'll make sense. It's got to do with feeling good for no reason at all. No worries, no wrinkles. I hear the birds out there. They want me to feed them before it get too dark. But, and then speaking on my connection with birds in particular, some lessons that they taught me that I'm gonna share. All birds don't fly sky high to get close to the sun. If you listen, you're gonna miss it. Students in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Thanks for the like, share, subscribe, comments, new subscribers, old subscribers, those that's just sitting in the space. All y'all, you hear me? Saiwoo, stay light.